Welcome. In front of me is a Huawei MatePad 11.5, and today I'll show you how we can go through the setup process of this device. So, if you're planning to use a pen for this, I'm gonna tell you right away, if you actually have one, it won't work till you finish up the setup, so you can just set it to the side and use the old thingy finger. Anyway, so from here we're gonna begin by selecting our desired language. For me, it already chose English. If you're looking for a list, the bubbles is the best as Huawei could do apparently. Anyway, moving on, we have region. God forbid you to forever select UK. Just don't do yourself this favor. Select anything that is actually European Union, which isn't UK. Like for instance Poland. Now the reason for that is because UK basically decides that freedom of speech and your personal rights don't exist anymore, even though they claim they do. So yeah, it's very unwise to select this region. And the reason I'm saying that is because if there is any kind of laws that will basically affect UK, presumably this device will be hit by those two if you select UK. But I have a theory. I haven't ever checked it out because it's not like I can internally see this. But if you, for instance, select, as an example, Poland, as we're a little bit more friendly in terms of actual our rights and just general fairness, then chances are, even if you're UK, they can't really apply to you because the device is in a different region. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, just select something like Poland. It's where I'm from anyway, so I'm gonna select whatever here. Next we have terms of use, and we have the end user software license agreement. So you can tap on details, and at the end of the day you need to just select agree and continue. You have also some basic services statements and something else. Now, funny enough, you don't have the option to disagree for the other trash, which typically you would, because this doesn't seem like a essential part. I guess not in Huawei's mind. In Huawei's mind, you're gonna agree to every bullshit. Next we have connect to a network. You don't want to? Well, tough shit. Huawei claim makes you do that no matter if you want it or not. You either will connect or not use the device. Go screw yourself if you don't want to or don't have network. How dare you, I don't know, live somewhere where maybe there isn't a network but you managed to scrap up money for a tablet. Maybe buying a Huawei wasn't the best idea in this case. So I'm gonna connect to some network because this dog shit literally forces me to. So let's see. Cool, happy now Huawei, CCP, Winnie the Pooh, now we can get all the data. Now go screw yourselves. It's not like I'm gonna use this device anyway, so have all of nothingness here. Anyway, moving on. There was some data privacy, which is a load of bullshit coming from Huawei, let's be honest. Moving on, we have device protection. Here we can select some kind of protection, and we have face recognition and the screen lock, which screen lock consists of 3 different methods. By default it opts into a 6-digit PIN, but you can change it to also pattern or can you stop? Pattern or password as well, or also 4-digit PIN. Now, I'm not going to be protecting my device. It's not like that really matters for CCP. So anyway, moving on. Here we have some parental controls. Basically allows you to track your children and stuff like that. If you're using this device, I don't think you really want to set it up. Anyway, moving on, we have some Huawei ID. Now, this is Huawei, so they're really trying to pretend that they're Apple, and they're basically working in the same kind of way, giving you some Huawei exclusive things, the store and whatnot, and you can access this with a Huawei ID. It's equivalent to an iCloud account. It works almost identically, I would say, and for the most part, you probably want to have this, as if you're going to be downloading any kind of applications, it's going to be much easier to use their app gallery rather than scouring the web and trying to download their APKs from the network. And also, recently I did hear that installing APKs might not be as easy as it used to be at the beginning, so there might be some kind of protection limitation to this, so you don't just your way into paid applications by downloading cracked APKs or whatever. I never really use it, so I can't really tell you, but you do need a Huawei account for general usage. You can get away with it without it, that's fine, and you can skip signing in while you go into the setup process, which is what I will be doing. But unfortunately, obviously, that is hidden, just like it is on iPhone or Apple devices. So we're gonna click right here, don't have a Huawei ID or forget your password. Minded that there's nothing about the option to skip it until you actually click on it and have the option maybe later here. Anyway, moving on, we have some HMS core. So we have ad ID statistics, so just basically data gathering trash, personalized ads, more data gathering, and advertisement trash. So I'm gonna disable both of those because I just don't like this. Bon voyage, my friend. And smart ads, wow, that's turned off, so that's at least good. How to update, that's the only thing that I'm gonna keep. Now, rest of this is just basically gather data and provide you with ads. Anyway, moving on. Here we have enhanced services. You can read exactly what this is, but let's see. Dear customer, HUAWEI provides a range of enhanced services that help you get the most from your device. Okay, I know what that is. So basically, allow us to gather data on your usage so we can improve the blah blah blah. Now, my idea is no thanks. They don't pay you for this. You pay them. It's not in your interest to share your data with them so they can improve their services. It's in their interest to do this themselves. And if they're going to be taking data away from you, I would say you should be rewarded for that, as you already paid for this device. Unless you're getting it for free, then I would say it might be a little bit more fair. Anyway, moving on, we have some user experience improvement programs. Now this is just more of that same bullshit that was paid before, so I'm going to select later. You can gather your own data on your own employees that you pay. Moving on, we have share analytics. Again, continuing with the same crap. Later. Same logic. Location services, you can turn that off or on by selecting later on enable, but just know that it really doesn't matter all that much. The device has a multitude of ways of assessing your location, and based on that, you don't really have option to not be localized. You can turn that location services can be turned off, but the device can still gather it through Bluetooth and all kinds of other means where you're located in the world. So it basically means nothing. And you don't really have a way to turn that off if you find it creepy. Moving on, we have keep your software up to date, which we technically already agreed to, but you know what, let's just enable and continue. Then we have import data import, and this one would be using the Huawei's proprietary application that they have for moving over data from your old device to this one. Now, if you have another Huawei device, maybe a phone, you can do this very easily, as this application comes pre-installed with the tablet or phone on there by default. But if you have some other brand, for instance like Samsung and so on, you will need to download their application, and not from Play Store. The only way you can get this application is by going to Huawei website and downloading it from there. Play Store has the cloning application for Huawei, but it's the outdated version since before like Huawei was banned in US and some other countries. And since then, they weren't able to update their application on the Play Store because they can't do business with Google, which is an American company. Therefore, you can only download their application through web browser on their own website. That will be the most up-to-date version, and that will be the only application that will actually work at this moment with obviously new devices. Now, alternatively, you can also restore it from a cloud backup if you have such a thing, but this is only limited to Huawei devices, and you also have the option to basically set up without importing any data. And this then presents us with the navigation style, which it automatically defaults to gestures. It's one that I prefer, so that's what I'm going to stick with. But you do have the option to change it to buttons by clicking right here. Now I'm just going to select finish, and this will take me to the home screen. Before that, it's going to want to force down my throat AI crash, so no, cancel. Connect, that's the pencil, that is right here. And let's see, try now. Just go close this right now. There we go. So, if you found this video helpful and the rant, don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.